This is a special presentation of Tiger Sports on Alamo Sports and Talk 1230 and 101.9 FM.
Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 101.9. Welcome back. We are ready for Game 2 of our doubleheader. As the Alamogordo Lady Tigers and the Gadsden Lady Panthers. Alamo won the first game 16-0. And come out here with a little bit of a different look. Alexis Rodriguez, the senior, is going to get a chance to pitch in her final Lady Tiger regular season home game. Might be her final home game here, depending on how the seeding breaks out this weekend. Brianna Flores will lead things off for Gadsden, just as she did in the first game. First pitch is going to be 1-0. It's a little low. And we'll get you the full Gadsden lineup as we go through. Fouled off. Count is 1-1. Number 15, Abigail Rodriguez. And they don't have a whole lot to change up their lineup with. They are only carrying 11 on their roster today, so there may be a couple of changes in there, but not a whole lot. Off speed again from Alexis will miss low. 2-1. Defensively for the Lady Tigers, Elise Roman is getting a chance to catch. I believe it's her first start of the season. Melissa Bautista's over at first base. Ground ball that'll go foul at the third base line. 2-2. Maddie Ruiz at second. Amani Kosum is at short. Davi Gonzalez at third base. The left fielder's Addie Chamberlain, center fielder Chloe Lunar, and Andrea Sanchez in right. Another foul off, this time off the screen. And it's 2-2. So we finished the first game in about an hour. Lady Tigers scored 4 runs in the first, 12 in the second. Lunar pitched the full 3 innings. Struck out 6, allowed just 1 hit, and well, there's a hit for Gadsden to start things off into left field. And so Flores will get Gadsden with a base runner on to start things. And it'll bring up Abigail Rodriguez. As Rodriguez steps in. Crystal Lucero hitting in the number 3 spot. And first pitch is a ball. 1-0. Now, I believe it's the first start of the year for Alexis. She has pitched this season. I know Ice has gotten a few starts in there. It's mainly been Chloe. Swing and a miss, and it's 1-1. We had our Senior Day festivities in between game 1 and 2. And this is hit in the air out to left center field. That'll be another base knock. And so back-to-back singles for Gadsden. And their best opportunity here to get something going as they'll bring up Lucero. Well, I will say that we'll see how the game progresses, but Lady Tigers do need to get the win here. As first pitch is just going to miss inside, 1-0. So it's one of those that, obviously you won the first 2 games of the series very comfortably. But they certainly have to get things done here. There's a soft liner that will be caught by Kosum at short. She goes to first, but unable to double it up. And there's one down here in the top of the first. Jasmine Alcantar comes to the plates and watch the first pitch in for a strike, 0-1. Down and away. And the count evens up at 1-1. And this is hit high in the air. That is going to get out of here. Way out of here, out to left field. And it's a 3-run home run for Jasmine Alcantar. And Gadsden is up 3-0. Now, like I said, don't want to put yourself in a position to pick up a defeat here. This would be pretty damaging to the Lady Tigers' seeding. And so Gadsden takes an early lead here, 3-0. Kaylee Vasquez will come to the plate now. And we'll say Jasmine Alcantara, when she came up to hit in the last game, she looks like a very dangerous hitter. Big in stature, and not at all surprised that she ripped that out to left field. Now we'll see if Alexis can settle down here and get something positive going in their first strike, and the count is 0-1. And a ground ball to short. Should be a routine play for Kosen, and it is. 6-3 on the putout. 2 down. And number 5, Isabel Pignon, will come to the plate. And the pitch from Rodriguez, and that'll miss a little bit high, 1-0. And a ground ball, again to Kosen. A little bit of trouble with it. Did she recover in time? She did not. Yeah, we'll give Pignon an infield single on that. That was a tough play in the hole for Amani. And now number 11, Georgette Sanchez. The 4th hit of the inning, and here comes the 5th one as that's lifted over the third baseman's head. And Sanchez picks up the single. So it's 1st and 2nd now. And the only player with a hit in the first game. As time is called by Elise Roman, she's going to go out and talk to Alexis here. But Brooklyn Yount, the only single in game 1, will come to the plate with 2 runners on. And I'd say here's another player that I think probably has some power and could certainly send something out to the gap. So got to be careful. Hitting the number 8 spot. And the first pitch is in there for a called strike, and it's 0-1. Genesis Pedrosa is the final person in the Gadsden lineup. Swing and a miss. Good change up there from Alexis, and she's ahead in the count here, 0-2. And try to close out this inning without any further damage done. Gadsden leading 3-0. And a pop-up that'll get back in our direction. And we'll keep the count at 0-2. And a swing and a miss, and the inning is over. Now before a 3-run home run from Jasmine Alcantara, 5 hits for Gadsden in the inning, and the Lady Tigers are down 3-0. They'll try to get things back in their direction in the bottom half of the first. You're listening to Lady Tiger Fast Pitch on Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019.
Spring into a home equity loan with OFCU, offering a reduced home equity rate for your spring fixes. Now through the end of May, get a fixed rate of 5.99% APR for first lien position and 6.99% APR for second lien position. Unlock the equity in your home and save. Apply online today. OteroFCU.org. Other restrictions to apply. All loans subject to credit approval. Rates are based on credit worthiness. Federally insured by NCUA. Equal housing lender.
Our success is our success. We belong to you.
Ryan Richardson Motor Company wishes the Tigers an amazing winning season. May your efforts match your dreams. Buy, sell, or trade late model cars, trucks, and SUVs. Financing available. Stop by for a test drive and score an amazing deal with Ryan Richardson Motor Company. 318 South White Sands Boulevard or online at ryanrichardson.company. That's RyanRichardson.company.
Hi, this is Deborah Romero, President and CEO of First National Bank. We take great pride in our Tiger student athletes. We wish them all the best and cheer them on as they compete this season. We recognize these outstanding athletes for their commitment on the track, court, and field. Their dedication is inspiring, and we celebrate their hard work and sportsmanship. Join us in supporting our Tigers. First National Bank has been your hometown community bank since 1956, proudly cheering on the Alamogordo Tigers every step of the way. Go Tigers!
Member FDIC.
Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019. And Monty Kosum tries to bunt, but it will go foul. And she leads things off here. Monty Kosum will lead it off. Addie Chamberlain hitting second. Chloe Lennar third. Alexis Rodriguez will bat cleanup. Alyssa Bautista hitting fifth. Then Davi Gonzalez, Maddie Ruiz, Elise Roman, and Andrea Sanchez. Brooklyn Yount, who came in relief in the last game, she starts this one. And a swing and a miss from Kosum, and it's 0-2. Switching to the right-hand side, she watches the pitch miss high, 1-2. And here's a ground ball that'll be hit foul at the third base line. And so still 1-2 to Kosum. The defensive setup for Gadsden. Yount pitching. Crystal Lucero is the catcher again. First baseman is Jasmine Alcantar. And the second baseman, Georgette Sanchez. That'll miss high, 2-2. The shortstop is Abigail Rodriguez. Third baseman is Kaylee Vasquez, I'm sorry. And this is going to be hit in the air out to left field. It is all the way to the wall. Kosum to second. She will round the corner, try to get to third. It's going to be a close play. She does get there in time, though, just in front of the tag. And Kosum with her second triple of the doubleheader. And the Lady Tigers put a runner in scoring position right away. And they'll bring up Addie Chamberlain at second. There's no Haley Evans in this game for the Lady Tigers. She gets the game off. I think there's one other starter from the last game that is not out there. Ice Ortiz is also not out there. Outfield for Gadsden, Isabel Pinon in left. Center fielder is Brianna Flores. Right fielder is Genesis Pedroza. Chamberlain will step in, hitting lefty to start. And in the dirts, 1-0. 3-0 Gadsden on the strength of a 3-run home run. Lady Tigers scored 4 in the first inning last game, and then 12 in inning number 2. And a bunt attempt by Chamberlain that kind of ran up and in on her, and she got the bat to it, but it squibbed to the left of the third base line. The count is 1-1. And they'll move Addie over to the right side, so kind of similar to how Amani does her at-bats. Started left-handed, then switching around, usually after the first strike. She looked like she was going to try and bunt, brought it back, and the pitch misses high, 2-1. The pitch from Younts. And another bunt attempt, but that one's going to go foul, and 2-2. Probably no further attempts at bunting with 2 strikes. They'll miss high. And 3-2. the pitch. And this is hit in the air to left center field. It is all the way against the wall. Chamberlain will stop at second with the stand-up double. Kosum will score easily. And an RBI for Addie Chamberlain. And the Lady Tigers are on the board, trailing 3-1. So two really well-hit softballs, and now an even more dangerous hitter stepping to the plate, and Chloe Lennar. She doubled, singled, and walked in the first game. I believe every Lady Tiger got to hit at least 3 times in the last game, and this is right to center field, but it might be right at the center fielder. It is. So it's good contact there from Chloe, but went directly to Brianna Flores. And so there's one down. Bring up Alexis Rodriguez. She'll try to help her own cause here. And that's going to miss inside, maybe a bit high. 1-0. Alexis had a hit in her first game. I think she drew a couple of walks on the other two. And the 1-0, that's going to miss high. 2-0. That was definitely a little closer there for Younts, but home plate umpire said it was above the belt. That's going to miss up as well. 3-0. Runner on second and one down. Lady Tigers down 3-1. That's going to be in there for a called strike. 3-1. Yount, at least she hasn't shown it. Not a lot of velocity on her pitches, so she's depending on the location. And here's a ground ball hit to the right side. That's going to be a base hit. They will send Chamberlain around. She will score easily. Throw is not sure where that throw was going. And Rodriguez will go to second. That was not honestly sure where the right fielder was trying to go that, but ended up over on the fence up the third base line. So I don't know if something just slipped out of her hand or whatever happened, but RBI for Alexis, and the Lady Tigers have cut the deficit to 1. Alyssa Bautista comes up, and she'll watch the first pitch in for a strike, 0-1. That'll be low and in the dirt, and Musetto will keep that in front of her. Count evens up at 1. 3-2 Gadsden here in the first inning. Lady Tigers getting a triple from Kosum, double from Chamberlain, single from Rodriguez. And it has made it 3-2. Here is a ground ball hit to second. Should be routine. Toss on to first in time. Does move the runner up to third. But 4-3 on the putout. And it'll bring up Davi Gonzalez now. Davi hitting in the 6th spot here in game 2. And a base hit would tie this game if she can make it happen. And it's a ground ball up the first base line, but it's going to go foul. And so 0-1 for Gonzalez. Rodriguez over at third. 2 down. That's a called strike, and it's 0-2 now. Here's the pitch. And lined right back up the middle by Davi. And she'll tie up the game with an RBI single. So bring up Maddie Ruiz now with the runner on first. Maddie picked up an RBI in the first game, run scored. And she steps in for the first time here in game number 2. Trying to bunt and did make some contact on it, but it will deflect foul behind home plate, and it's 0-1. Tied up at 3 here in the first inning. And that'll miss outside. Count evens up here at 1-1. Davi stands over at first for the Lady Tigers. As we wait the 1-1 from Youts. There's another bunt attempt. That's going to be fouled off. And 1-2 now for Ruiz. Elise Roman awaits in the on-deck circle. So she gets a chance to hit. I don't think we've seen her hit on the varsity side this year. The 1-2. And that is going to be opposite fields. And a base hit. So Maddie picks up the 5th Lady Tiger hit of the inning. And it'll be first and second here for the Lady Tiger catcher, Elise Roman. And Roman, watch that one. Couple hop back to the catcher, 1-0. Elise, a freshman. Another one of those where you see somebody walk up to the plate and she looks like she's got some power with her, so she's going to hit a ground ball to short. I'll toss on to third, get the out, and the Lady Tigers will strand a couple. So Alamogordo does get 3. They pick up 5 hits in the inning, but all tied up at 3 after 1 inning of play. You're listening to Lady Tiger Fast Pitch on Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019.
The Winter Circle has been outfitting champions for over 50 years in Otero County. Established in 1970 by our Gigi and Big John.
Let's show our school spirit. Whether you're a Tiger, Wildcat, Bear, or Chief, we can make t-shirts, sweatshirts, polos, and hats. And we do custom embroidery too. The Winter Circle does it all. Custom orders available for businesses, squadrons, and organizations like hats, polos, name tags, also trophies and awards.
Winter Circle.
1201 10th Street. Go Tiger! See you at the game!
Join the fantastic team at Ochoa Stucco. Full-time positions, on-the-job training, and competitive pay. Start a career in construction. Message Ochoa Stucco on Facebook or call 575-442-6745 to schedule an interview.
Join Stand Up to Cancer and Jazz Pharmaceuticals to raise awareness of small cell lung cancer and accelerate the pace of research. Ask your healthcare provider about screening options that might be right for you or a loved one. Visit standuptocancer.org/lung to learn more.
Spring into a home equity loan with OFCU, offering a reduced home equity rate for your spring fixes. Now through the end of May, get a fixed rate of 5.99% APR for first lien position and 6.99% APR for second lien position. Unlock the equity in your home and save. Apply online today. OteroFCU.org. Other restrictions to apply. All in subject credit approval. Rates are based on credit worthiness. Federally insured by NCUA. Equal housing lender.
Our success is our success. We belong to you.
Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019. Welcome back. We're in game 2 of our doubleheader. Alamogordo and Gadsden all tied up at 3. And we will have a new pitcher. Ice Ortiz is coming in. Looks like Alexis Rodriguez moves to right field. Not sure who they took out. Andrea Sanchez is still out there. Addie's in center. Maddie's at... Chloe Lunar's at first. Oh, so they pulled out Alyssa Batista. Okay. So that's the change. So they were getting all of that figured out in the scorebook and the lineup card. And that way we're all squared away and ready to go for the second inning here in game 2. So Iceland Ortiz, who we were chatting about it up here, I don't believe she has pitched since she took that line drive off of her left leg in the game against Mayfield. And so chance to, get a little bit of confidence and get back out there pitching again, I would imagine would be a positive thing for her as we head into the state playoffs next week. And interestingly, Elise Ramon changes catching gloves. One of the Alamogordo coaches came out and brought her a new one. And so the righty will toss the first one in there for a strike. And the count is 0-1. That was good at first inning for Gadsden. They sent 8 to the plate. They've got their number 9 hitter to begin things here. Alamo also sent 8 to the plate in that first inning. And the pitch is going to miss a little bit high. Count evens up at 1-1. Genesis Pedroza out there to begin the inning. And here comes the 1-1. Fouled off. 1-2. So Iceland Ortiz replaced Alyssa Bautista in the lineup. And then a few defensive changes. Chloe Lenar over to first base, moving in from center field. And that'll be in there for a called strike. 3. And so Ortiz picks up the punch out, and Brianna Flores will come to the plate now. And so they moved Addie Chamberlain to center. Andrea Sanchez switched over to left. Alexis Rodriguez in her usual position out in right field now. Swing and a miss from Flores, 0-1. Now, I'll tell you what, if Alamogordo could have a 1-2 pitcher rotation in the postseason, that would be huge. And just, so much if, one pitcher's off a little bit and the other one can come in and, stabilize the game, something to that for sure. Outside, it misses 1-1. Fouled off, and 1-2 now. I think it's the first time we've seen Chloe play first base this year. I mean, mainly because she's pitched, it feels like, every game, but whenever she's been in the field, it's been center field. I feel like she played third base last year, if I remember right. Here comes the 1-2. And this is going to be fouled out. One out and the base is empty. 1-2 the count. Ortiz in her first inning of work. And a ground ball foul again. Man, we'll keep it 1-2. That one rolls up the third base line. I'll look to see if we've got any other finals that have been posted tonight. As I was saying, for Alamo, having Oregon Mountain get one off of Mayfield would be good, but they did not. They lost the first game 12-2. Oh, Alyssa Bautista is catching now. Okay. So they pulled Elise Roman out of the lineup. That's the change. Fouled off and back to the screen. We have seen Alyssa catch a couple times this year, so. The 1-2. And ground ball. That will go foul, and Flores just keeps rolling this bat along, or ad bat along, I should say. So, Alamo really needs Oregon Mountain to get that last game of that series against Mayfield. Otherwise, Mayfield will be a full game ahead of Alamogordo in the district, and so Mayfield would have to be seated ahead of Alamo as this one is fouled off. And so that'll be the 9th pitch of the at-bat. But at the end of the day, there's nothing Alamogordo can do about that. And like I said, I believe if it were to work out that way, Alamo would be playing in Las Cruces next Friday and Saturday. As that pitch misses low, 2-2. Oh, I'm sorry, 3-2 the count. So 3-2 with one out. Nobody on. Fouled off again, just barely up the first baseline. What in that bat here? We're on the 12th pitch of the at-bat, this next one. She's fouled off at least 6 with 2 strikes. And she's going to foul off another one. Well, making Ortiz work in just her second at-bat out there. All right, a little bit of a break there. Well, the home plate umpire was adjusting some equipment, and that's a walk. So Ortiz loses the battle there, and it'll be Abigail Rodriguez who singled their first at-bat coming to the plate. Tied up at 3 here in the top of the second inning. Gadsden got a 3-run home run from Jasmine Alcantar in the first game. To the first inning. Lady Tigers have bounced back with 3 runs of their own as that pitch misses high, 1-0. Well, it certainly hasn't been as smooth as the first game. 1-0 will miss high, 2-0. I'm curious to see also what happened between Cruces and Centennial. Cruces lost to Centennial 14-4. And that pitch misses. Not sure when that one missed. 3-0. Like I was right there. And high, so 4-pitch walk. And that's runners on first and second. And getting into that part of the lineup again for Gadsden, Lucero comes up. She lined out to short in her first at-bat. So 2 on and 1 out. Top of the second. And that's in there for a strike. 0-1 to Lucero. That's right in there for a strike. Took a little bit off. And the count gets to 0-2 now on the Gadsden catcher. And the pitch just missed outside, maybe a bit high. Count is 1-2. A strikeout for Ortiz and 2 walks in the inning. And again, misses up. That'll be 2-2. Here comes from Ortiz. Swing and a miss, and struck her out. So 2 down in the inning. Second strikeout of the inning. And here comes Alcantar. 3-run home run out to left field. Sure, she's looking to help her team's cause again. See how the Lady Tigers pitch to her if they're maybe not quite as aggressive. And that's going to be a one-hopper that's going to kick to the backstop and allow the runners to advance. So now second and third for Gadsden. 1-0 the count to Alcantar. And I think they're going to intentionally walk Jasmine, and they will. So they'll go ahead and load the bases for Kaylee Vasquez. And with the base open at first, that makes complete sense there, especially after you watched her smash a home run in the first inning. And now you got to force it any base. Called strike, and the count is 0-1. And hard hit and into the outfield. Here comes the throw. They'll get it in. Kosum going to throw home, and it's not going to be in time. And Gadsden retakes the lead. 2 RBI single for Vasquez, and it's 5-3. Well, I think it doesn't matter if it's baseball, softball, whatever level it is, when they walk the person in front of you intentionally, and then you can make them pay right after it, that's a good feeling for a hitter. And so for Kaylee Vasquez, that definitely, because I mean, it always feels like a little bit of a disrespect. 1-0 here to Isabel Pignon, who singled in her first at bat. So Gadsden continues to make things interesting here in game 2. And it's in there for a strike, 1-1. I think what'll be interesting here is how things progress on Alamogordo's offensive side. I think if they score a bunch of runs in the second, they'll probably stick with ice. If not, and it's, we get into the later innings, I would imagine we'll see Lennar another hop to the backstop. And that will put runners on second and third. So another base hit, and Gadsden could find themselves with a very comfortable lead. That's in there for a strike, 2-2. And the pitch. Line outside, full count. 3 walks in the inning, 1 hit. And that 1 hit brought in 2 runs. The other 2 have been strikeouts. The 3-2. That's high, and it's the 4th walk of the inning. Now to bring up Georgette Sanchez now. Sanchez singled in her last at-bat. Infield with a quick meeting and now returning to their positions. So Ortiz trying to get this third out and not let Gadsden add on to a 2-run advantage. That's in there for a strike. So 0-1 to Sanchez. Two outs and the bases loaded here in the top of the second. That's just going to miss, I think, just a little bit high. 1-1. Ortiz looking towards the Alamogordo dugout for the next pitch call. She's got it. Here comes the 1-1. That's going to miss off the plate outside. 2-1. I'll know where to put him now. And here comes the pitch. That's high, 3-1. And a chopper that'll go right off the home plate and then deflect back to the backstop. And the count full now. Runners will get a head start here. 3-2 and 2 outs. And the base is loaded. So they'll be running on the pitch. Ortiz. Into the windup. Swing and a miss and struck him out. So she strikes out all 3 in the inning. She surrenders 3 walks. There was 1 intentional walk and then 1 single. And Gadsden leaves them loaded. So we go to the bottom of the second. Gadsden's in front 5-3. You're listening to Lady Tiger Fast Pitch on Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019.
Ryan Richardson Motor Company wishes the Tigers an amazing winning season. May your efforts match your dreams. Buy, sell, or trade late model cars, trucks, and SUVs. Financing available. Stop by for a test drive and score an amazing deal with Ryan Richardson Motor Company. 318 South White Sands Boulevard or online at ryanrichardson.company. That's ryanrichardson.company.
Is your out-of-town bank really giving you the best mortgage deal? This is Emily from First National Bank. Not all mortgage loans are the same. Choosing the right one could mean big savings for you. Personalized service from our team of experts will help you find the best options available. Don't let loyalty cost you more than it should. Find the right mortgage solution that works for you. Talk to our mortgage experts today and learn how much you can save.
Putting you first is in our name. First National Bank.
Member FDIC, equal housing lender, all on subject to credit approval.
The Winter Circle has been outfitting champions for over 50 years in Otero County. Established in 1970 by our Gigi and Big John.
Let's show our school spirit, whether you're a Tiger, Wildcat, Bear, or Chief. We can make t-shirts, sweatshirts, polos, and hats. And we do custom embroidery too. The Winter Circle does it all. Custom orders available for businesses, squadrons, and organizations like hats, polos, name tags, also trophies and awards.
Winter Circle, 1201 10th Street. Go Tiger! See you at the games!
Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019. We're in the bottom of the second inning. Gadsden 5, Alamogordo 3. Andrea Sanchez, even on the count, 1-1. She's fouled off pitch number 2 in the at-bat. And she'll hit a soft ground ball to short. Up with it, it's Asta first, is in time, and there's one down. So bring up Monty Kosum, who tripled and scored in the first inning. And she will go ahead and start things out on the right-hand batter's box, not bother starting lefty. Came real close to hitting it out of the park on that triple. Landed about a third of the way up the wall, and she's going to hit this near to right field. This should be playable. And she did not get to it, did the right fielder. And Kosum, rounding second, going to try to get all the way to third. She will. And it'll be another triple for Kosum. 2 of them here in this game. Fortunately, couldn't see exactly what happened with the right fielder because of the dugout in the way, but it was a long run for her, and she did not get there in time. And it'll be Addie Chamberlain who doubled. Brought in Amani in her first at-bat. And the pitch from Youts. Missed a little bit high. 1-0. You can tell you got a lot of people here because there's folks sitting out in the outfield stands tonight. And a one hopper that Lucero will keep in front of her. Actually, may have taken it off her hand. She is shaking her right hand a little bit after that. 2-0 the count. And here comes the pitch. Called strike, 2-1. Well, these are definitely softball pitches. You kind of, I think when a lot of times it's not fast pitch, slow pitch softball, but she's finding good locations for them. And the pitch misses high, 3-1. Just doesn't have that velocity, and if anything's in the strike zone, got to be a good chance for the Lady Tigers to put something into it. 3-1. And that'll drop right in there for a strike. 3-2. I think one that Addie probably could have done something with, but still had a strike to work with. And now it's 3-2 with a runner on third. We'll see what she gets here. And she'll pop this up, but it'll go foul out of play. and keep the count at 3-2. That's one of those things that, we see it at all levels. You don't have to be that fireball thrower as a pitcher if you know how to put them in the right spots and mix them up. That's going to be in the dirt, and that'll be a walk for Chamberlain. So it's not all about being able to overpower your opponent. And for the most part, Yount has been able to not let the Lady Tigers rip it all around the ballpark on her in the second game. Get some longer shadows now, heading towards sunset. And Lunar will watch that one in there for a called strike. And it's 0-1 to Chloe. Chloe hit one hard out to center field, but it was directly at the center fielder. Well, they're going to go ahead and just intentionally walk Chloe. Well, again, that's a smart move. We'll see if Alexis can do what I think it was Vasquez. Yeah, Kaylee Vasquez did in the top of the second after they Alamogordo walked their best hitter, came up with a big hit. That'll miss high. 1-0 to Alexis, who singled in a run her last time up. Bases loaded and one down. Alamogordo trailing in this game 5-3. That pitch will miss low. 2-0 now. The righty into her motion. Here's the pitch. That's well outside. Musetto keeps it in front of her. 3-0, but nowhere to put him now. Bases loaded. And I'm sure Alexis would gladly take an RBI and a walk. Kosum led off the inning with hit a one-out triple. And then a walk and an intentional walk has loaded the bases. And that's going to be a called strike. Alexis started to take a step towards first, but I think that was more because she didn't hear a call until a little late from the home plate umpire. That looked like a pretty good pitch from Yount. The 3-1. That's up. Gadsden didn't like that one. That one looked a little bit up to me. I thought the pitch he called the strike was a strike, so I don't know. The old eye of the beholder thing, and everybody's got a different angle too. I mean, for some of the fans that are sitting off to the side, or we've got a pretty decent. I mean, I'm a little bit behind and to the right of home plate, and that's gonna hop a few times back to the catcher, and so 1-0 to Bautista. 5-4 your score now. Bases remain loaded with one down. Bautista ground out to second in her first at bat. Here's a ground ball, and that should be a base hit. It is. It's through. Kosum scores. Chamberlain will come around. They'll try to get Rodriguez at third, and they say that she's out. Well, it was bang, bang for sure. No big argument from Coach Ronnie Reyes, but 2 runs do scored, and the Lady Tigers are back in front. Or actually, I should say in front for the first time today. 6-5, as Lunar, or I should say, yes, Lunar and Chamberlain scored on the play. Two RBIs for Bautista. 1-0 count here to Davi Gonzalez with a runner on first and 2 down. Line drops hit into right field. And they are going to send the runner to third again. I have no idea. There was no way, and I guess maybe testing that right fielder, she did have a bad throw earlier in the game, but that's twice that Alamogordo tried to advance a runner to third on probably a play they should have just held him at second. But they do have the lead 6-5 on the Richardson Motor scoreboard. You're listening to Lady Tiger Fast Pitch on Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019.
Transform your home with Ochoa Stucco. Whether it's a fresh look or a durable finish, their expert team delivers quality and style. Say goodbye to bland exteriors and hello to stunning curb appeal. Ochoa Stucco, always a flawless finish. 442-6745.
If only life had a remote control, you could pause or rewind. Well, life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. Take the 1-minute risk test today at doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its prediabetes awareness partners.
Spring into a home equity loan with OFCU, offering a reduced home equity rate for your spring fixes. Now through the end of May, get a fixed rate of 5.99% APR for first lien position and 6.99% APR for second lien position. Unlock the equity in your home and save. Apply online today. OteroFCU.org. Other restrictions to apply. All in subject credit approval. Rates are based on credit worthiness. Federally insured by NCUA. Equal housing lender.
Our success is our success. We belong to you.
Ryan Richardson Motor Company wishes the Tigers an amazing winning season. May your efforts match your dreams. Buy, sell, or trade late model cars, trucks, and SUVs. Financing available. Stop by for a test drive and score an amazing deal with Ryan Richardson Motor Company. 318 South White Sands Boulevard or online at ryanrichardson.company. That's ryanrichardson.company.
Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019. A swing and a miss for Brooklyn Youts. Iceland Ortiz will continue in the circle here for the Lady Tigers. Alamogordo is in front 6-5. As we stand here in the second inning. And a swing and a miss from Yount, who hasn't looked very confident at the plate here in game number 2. He had a nice single in the first game, but has been going out after some pitches outside of the strike zone. She'll send this one foul and out of play. And the count will stay 0-2. Ortiz's second inning of work. Gadsden has scored 3 in the first, 2 in the second. Almo's had 3 in each of the first 2 innings. And that one is a strikeout. They'll toss on to first as it was in the dirt. And there's one down. And the 4th strikeout for Ortiz. That's the only kind of out she's recorded so far. In that second inning, she surrendered 3 walks and an intentional walk and a single, and then the other 3 were all strikeouts. This is bunted, and Davi unable to scoop it up with her glove, and so a really nice bunt single there from Pedroza. And a runner on with 1 out. So bring up Brianna Flores, who had a wonderful at-batter last time up. Took it to, I think, a 12-pitch at-bat, 13-pitch at-bat, and drew a walk. And Ortiz will catch the outside corner for a called strike, 0-1. Now miss low as Padilla watched that one all the way in. And here comes the pitch. Fouled off. Out of play up the first base side. Count is 1-2 now to Flores. 1 out. And the top of the 3rd inning in game 2 of our doubleheader. Lady Tigers won the first game 16-0. And this one has been a bit more adventurous. Chloe Lenar pitched the first game. This one, Alexis Rodriguez called strike 3. And yet another strikeout for Ortiz. That is 5. And they'll bring up Abigail Rodriguez, who singled and walked and has scored twice. I think for Lady Tigers to get through an inning here and not allow a run, I'm sure would be a big positive bump in confidence. And Ortiz runs the fastball right on the outside corner, 0-1. That's low. Bautista keeps that in front of her, 1-1. Again, we do have one final for y'all tonight. Well, actually two, including one here. But Alamogordo baseball won 8-1 down at Gadsden in the first game of the doubleheader. Probably still continuing on with game 2. Hard hit line up the first base line, but it is going to be foul. 1-2, but some really good contact off the bat from Rodriguez. Yeah, if that had managed to stay fair, that was going to be trouble. One of those that certainly could have seen Pedroza score from first. 2 outs and a 1-2 count. See if Ortiz can keep her record here and get another strikeout. Oh, that was a good pitch. I guess that missed just a little bit low, 2-2. Thought she was going to get the punch out there. Now, completely under the lights now. It is twilight, but no more sunshine this evening. The 2-2. And that misses high, 3-2. Ground ball up to the middle, base hit. And they will, well, they were going to try to advance the runner to third. I think she tagged her. She did. She's out. That was a base running miscue there from Gadsden. If she just kept on running, I think she would have gotten to third easily, but she stopped about halfway through, and I don't know if that was the coach holding her up or what happened, but ends up in and out. So Lady Tigers catch a break there as we go to the bottom of the third inning, and the Lady Tigers hold on to their lead 6-5. You're listening to Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019.
Need a break? Does sun, sand, and adventure sound inviting? This is Susie Orwell with First National Bank. A quick and easy personal loan can help make it happen. Apply today and turn your getaway into unforgettable memories.
First National Bank, member FDIC, all in subject to credit approval.
Is your out-of-town bank or credit union giving you the best mortgage deal? Don't let loyalty cost you. This is Justin at First National Bank. Speak with one of our experts to learn how much you can save.
First National Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender, all in subject to credit approval.
The Winner's Circle has been outfitting champions for over 50 years in Otero County. Established in 1970 by our Gigi and Big John.
Let's show our school spirit, whether you're a Tiger, Wildcat, Bear, or Chief. We can make t-shirts, sweatshirts, polos, and hats. And we do custom embroidery too. The Winner's Circle does it all. Custom orders available for businesses, squadrons, and organizations like hats, polos, name tags, also trophies and awards.
Winner's Circle, 1201 10th Street. Go Tiger! See you at the game!
Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019. Maddie Ruiz leads things off. Counts 1-0 to her. So watch the next one in there for a strike, 1-1. So it's 7, 8, 9 in the order. Ruiz, then Iceland Ortiz, and Andrea Sanchez. And that's going to come inside on Ruiz, 2-1. Maddie singled in her last at-bat, lifted one over the third baseman's head. Now they've got the third baseman playing in, so she can do that again if she can slap one to the opposite field. She'll probably get a double out of it, to be honest. Right back up the middle, she'll take a single that way. So Ruiz with a leadoff single. As the Lady Tigers try to get it going. It has been a bad offensive first couple of innings. I mean, 3 runs a pop. Just maybe not quite at the clip that they were doing it in game 1. And so Ortiz will get her first at-bat of the day. Nice did not start the game, but came in as a pitcher later on. And the pitch will miss high. 1-0. Lady Tigers with 5 hits in the first inning and 3 hits in the second. So with Maddie's up to 9 in the game. Here comes the 1-0. And And that one is going to be a foul ball at the third base line. Ruiz was running on that play. Ortiz really didn't miss keeping that fair by a whole lot. Count will be 1-1, though. And pitch miss outside, 2-1. So plenty going on over the next couple of days for high school sports. We've got Tularosa hosting their district track meets, track championships on Friday. Alamogordo is going to be in Las Cruces at the Marimanian meet. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss from Ortiz. Ruiz with kind of a late break, but was able to get to second pretty easily. 2-2 for Ortiz and a stolen base for Ruiz. Cloudcroft and Mescalero Apache track and field built out to Lordsburg for their district track meet. State coming up next week for single A, double A, and triple A track and field. And Ortiz in the air to right field, but caught. And there is one down. I'll tell you, after a missed throw, and I believe that was in the second game, the right fielder Pedrosa has made two really nice plays. Good throw to get a runner out at third, and then a nice grab on a line drive. And the softball will go off the catcher, but in front of Lucero. Ruiz will hold at second. 1-0 here to Sanchez, who grounded out in her first at-bat. That's going to miss a little bit high, 2-0. Also got, Mescalero Apache baseball tomorrow as they take on Lordsburg at home. 3 and 5 o'clock for those games. That's on the outside corner for a strike, 2-1. Thule baseball will play at Hot Springs. They clinched their district championship with an 18-2 win last night. And they'll try to finish out the season strong. They'll be hosting a first-round series next week, most likely, as the pitch misses high, 3-1. And Thule softball playing tonight against Cobra. I don't have a final score on that one. They'll play Cobra again on Saturday. And then Alamogordo tennis Friday and Saturday in Las Cruces for the district championships. Down and in, and it's a walk. So Sanchez draws the bases on balls, and Amani Kosum, who has tripled twice tonight, see what she can do in her third at-bat. And we're going to see possibly a pitching change here. Looks like that's the case. They're going to bring back, I believe, the young lady who pitched the first game. I think that was Nubbin, but let me find my first game sheet. Wait a second. Oh, there we go. Yep, Kajin Heredia will come back in. So she pitched for first inning and a half. No, I think the first inning. She got replaced there, I think, in the second inning of that first game. And so she will come in for Yount, who did that in the first game. So we'll see how Lady Tigers handle the change in pitchers. We'll go ahead and keep it right here. It wasn't a long warm-up the last time, so we'll go ahead and see what the change does. Heredia is certainly a different pitcher. It's not as much as the off-speed pitch. But Lady Tigers have had success against whoever Gadsden has thrown out there. And so Kosum, who's tripled twice, will try to continue her strong day. And just a straight switch here. Yount comes out, and Heredia comes in. No other defensive changes for Gadsden. And this is hit high in the air to left field. And it is caught. Here's a throw to third. They will not be able to get the runners. The two runners tag up. Kosum really, really wanted that home run, but was probably about 10 feet shy from hitting out of the ballpark. And Addie Chamberlain will come to the plate with 2 on and 2 out. A lot of people in the crowd thought that one might carry out. And Chamberlain's going to lay down a bunt. And she is going to get to first on the bunt single. You know, I got to ask you a question. So the bat rolled out into play there, and when she laid down the bunt, can that be an interference if it goes off of the bat after she dropped it in play? Yeah, I think I don't know if it went off it or not, but if I'm the Gadsden coach, wow, they're going to intentionally walk Chloe Lunar with the bases loaded. Wow, that's like a Barry Bonds kind of thing there, man. Huh. Well, okay. Well, they should know that this young lady that's coming up to the plate right now hit a grand slam earlier this year, but okay. Huh. I'm not sure I've ever seen that, to be honest. Somebody intentionally walking on on bases loaded. That's new. So Ruiz scores on the play there. Sanchez at third, Chamberlain at second. And that pitch is going to be a called strike. 1-1 to Rodriguez. Easiest RBI Chloe's ever gotten in her life, I would think. (7-5), by the way, Alamogordo in front now. And that one's going to hop away from the catcher. Sanchez, she'll slide in safely. And so the Lady Tigers go up 8-5 now. Chamberlain to third, Lunar to second. 2-1 to count to Rodriguez. That was pretty gutsy there. Sanchez, not the fastest runner out there, and the ball didn't get that far away. But Alma's been aggressive on base pass all game. 3-1 as it misses down in. It hadn't paid off for them up to this point, but it does there. And it was a good slide from Andrea as well. She was able to get in underneath the tag. Three and 1 here from Heredia. And that is a ground ball, and that is through for a base hit. Lunar, ooh, she had to jump up after trying to avoid the softball and came down a little awkwardly there. So hopefully just kind of rolled her ankle or something, nothing serious. Yeah, definitely somebody you don't want to see pick up an injury here in this spot. So an RBI single there from Rodriguez. Brings home the third run of the inning. Chamberlain scores. Lunar looks like she's okay. She'll stay out there. And so Alyssa Bautista comes to the plate. Singled in a couple of runs in the second inning. And steps up to the plate here with their team up now 9-5. And that's going to be high. Count is 1-0. 2 down, bottom of the third. Lady Tigers have picked up RBIs with 2 outs. Last 2, well, one of them was an intentional walk, but the next one was a single. And a wild pitch in there. It's actually picked up 3 runs. That will miss outside, 2-0. The pitch. High and outside, 3-0. 8th hitter of the inning for the Lady Tigers. Davi Gonzalez and on deck circles, the only one that hasn't come up. And she may get her chance here shortly. Lefty Rodriguez steps back in. I'm sorry, Batista. Rodriguez over first. The 3-0. That will miss. And so it's a walk, and it'll load the bases again. So 2 outs. Davi Gonzalez doing a single twice. RBI. going to get a courtesy runner here for the catcher, Bautista. See the Lady Tigers go with this run around, maybe Madi Colorado. Yeah, 14, so it'll be Madi. It's a Alamogordo faithful here. Yeah, definitely put some more speed on the base pass for the Lady Tigers. As Davi steps into the batter's box. A couple of bats against Heredia in the first game. She hit a couple of pop-outs. And that's going to miss outside. Pickoff throw to first. Not quite in time, but good thought there by Lucetto to try and get the new player into the game. Maybe not quite paying attention, but Madi did a good job to get back. The 1-0. That's going to miss low. 2-0. Three runs home for the Lady Tigers in the inning. 3 hits, 3 walks. And it's going to be fouled off and out of play here from Davi. Two and one. Still see Chloe working out that left ankle a little bit on, got it on the base and sort of turning around a little bit. That's in there for a strike. Good pitch from Heredia. 2-2. Lady Tigers trying to break this game open a bit. It's been Gadsden in front 3-0, then 3-3. Gadsden in front 5-3. Then Alamo in front 6-5. Now 9-5. And a ground ball up the middle. Base hits. 1 run will score. They'll send Rodriguez. She will score. Throw on to third is not in time as Colorado gets in before the tag. And that's 2 RBIs for Davi Gonzalez, her second and third of the game. She's at first. Lunar scores. Rodriguez scores. And 5 runs home, and it's 11-5 now. And the Lady Tigers have batted around. Maddie Ruiz, who singled, scored, and stole a base in the inning, will come to the plate, try to add on to the lead, which is high, 1-0. 2 singles already for Maddie. That's in there for a strike. Count evens up at 1-1. And really hard to say which pitcher for Gadsden has had the better success against the Alamogordo lineup. It's probably been a wash. And this is hit in the air to left field. Should be playable. It is. And the inning is over. So Lady Tigers send 10 at the plate. They come up with 5 runs in the inning. It ends up with 4 hits total. And they are now up by 6 runs, 11-5. As we go to the top of the 4th inning on the Richardson Motor scoreboard, you're listening to Lady Tiger Fast Pitch on Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019.
Join the fantastic team at Ochoa Stucco. Full-time positions, on-the-job training, and competitive pay. Start a career in construction. Message Ochoa Stucco on Facebook or call 575-442-6745 to schedule an interview.
I didn't ask to be thrown in the streets, but I did ask for help, and Covenant House was there for me.
For these kids who didn't ask to be put in this unthinkable situation, Covenant House is there. To learn more, go to safeplacetosleep.org today.
Spring into a home equity loan with OFCU, offering a reduced home equity rate for your spring fixes. Now through the end of May, get a fixed rate of 5.99% APR for first lien position and 6.99% APR for second lien position. Unlock the equity in your home and save. Apply online today. OteroFCU.org. Other restrictions to apply. All in subject credit approval. Rates are based on credit worthiness. Federally insured by NCUA. Equal housing lender.
Our success is our success. We belong to you.
Ryan Richardson Motor Company wishes the Tigers an amazing winning season. May your efforts match your dreams. Buy, sell, or trade late model cars, trucks, and SUVs. Financing available. Stop by for a test drive and score an amazing deal with Ryan Richardson Motor Company. 318 South White Sands Boulevard or online at ryanrichardson.company. That's ryanrichardson.company.
Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019. And a softly hit ground ball, and Lunar had a little bit of trouble with it, but she recovers and gets it on to first. And now they're not paying attention, and the runner over to third is able to get there. They call that runner safe at first? Oh, my goodness. There was no way. She was definitely out. Yeah, the runner at first was certainly out. Now, the Lady Tigers should have been paying attention. And not let the runner to advance to third. They were looking behind. And I don't know if Coach Ronnie Reyes is talking about maybe poor positioning by the umpire. Well, it's going to be an error on the Lady Tigers. Crystal Lucero led off again with a single. We didn't come back from break in time for that, but she hit the very first pitch she saw. And then Jasmine Alcantara just sort of nubbed one up the first base line, and Chloe didn't field it cleanly, but I thought she recovered in time to flip the ball on for the out, but did not happen that way. And then I think Ruiz, that pitch is in there for a strike from Ortiz, was kind of looking around like that she was safe. What? And while she was looking away, the runner moved up to third. So that one was certainly on the Lady Tigers, but yeah, I think the umpire got the call wrong on the safe out. And it's 0-2 here to Vasquez. So it's runners in the corners. Lady Tigers, they've got a comfortable lead now. It's 6 runs. But, you know, again, Gadsden kind of keeps hanging around in this game. Situations like this. Here comes the 0. And this is lined. It is right there. Went to third. Should have gone to first for the double up, but Ruiz tried to get the runner at third. But, yeah, the force out was at first, so the right play would have been to go first base. But it's trying to get the runner at third. Doesn't matter. Good play by Maddie on the line out. 1 down, and Isabella Pignon, who singled and walked, comes to the plate. That's going to miss high and outside. Well done by Bautista to get her glove out there and get to that. It was headed for the backstop, most likely. 1-0. And a ground ball right back to the pitcher. She'll toss on to first. They'll throw to third. The runner will advance to second, but nice recovery here from the Lady Tigers after giving up the single, then the error. And they've gotten the line out on the ground out and find themselves with a chance to get the person at the plate and in the inning. So it's Georgette Sanchez who singled and struck out. And she'll hit a ground ball to third. Dobby's got it. Toss on to first is in time. And the Lady Tigers put 0 up on the scoreboard there after getting a little bit of trouble to begin the inning. 5-3 to finish it off. We go to the bottom of the 4th inning. Lady Tigers back up to bat. You're listening to the Lady Tiger Fast Pitch here on Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019.
Is your out-of-town bank or credit union giving you the best mortgage deal? Don't let loyalty cost you. This is Justin at First National Bank. Speak with one of our experts to learn how much you can save.
First National Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender, all subject to credit approval.
Dreaming of sandy beaches or unforgettable family adventures? This is Susie Orwell with First National Bank. A personal loan can help you discover your dream vacation. Apply today. It's closer than you think.
First National Bank, member FDIC, all subject to credit approval.
The Winner's Circle has been outfitting champions for over 50 years in Otero County. Established in 1970 by our Gigi and Big John.
Let's show our school spirit, whether you're a Tiger, Wildcat, Bear, or Chief. We can make t-shirts, sweatshirts, polos, and hats. And we do custom embroidery too. The Winner Circle does it all. Custom orders available for businesses, squadrons, and organizations like hats, polos, name tags, also trophies and awards.
Winner Circle, 1201 10th Street. Go Tiger! See you at the game!
Looking to transform your home's exterior? Meet Rudy Ochoa. With years of experience in stucco, Rudy and his crew deliver quality craftsmanship and stunning flawless finishes. 575-442-6745.
We are the Veterans Health Administration, and our hands provide life-changing care to over 9 million veterans across more than 1,200 facilities nationwide. Join hands with us to make an impact in your community. Learn more at vacareers.va.gov.
Nice little Ortiz hits one high in the air up to shallow right field, and Pedroza comes on and makes the grab. And that's a very quick first out here in the bottom of the fourth inning. Ortiz over 2 now. And it'll bring up Andres Sanchez, ground out and a walk. And it looks like the catcher, Lucero, was having an issue. So I went over to her coach, and I know earlier in the game, and it may have actually been the first game, she took a softball off her thumb. And so I think she's got some type of tape or something on there to help out. I think they were looking at that. First pitch from Reddy is in there for a strike to Sanchez. It's 0-1. Glad to see Andres got a chance to play both games here in her senior night. 3 seniors have had the opportunity this evening. And Sanchez swings and misses 0-2. And a ground ball up the middle, base hit. All right, for Andre on senior night, picking up a single. And it'll be Amani Kosum, who has tripled twice and came pretty close to hitting a home run. And the last at-bat, she was a little frustrated she didn't get it out of the park. So Kosum steps in for fourth at-bat of the day. Lady Tigers can plate 4 runs this inning, and it can finish off in the top half of the 5th with no runs scored. As she fouls off the first one she sees, 0-1. And the pitch. And she goes after one really low. Got a piece of it. Toss on to first. In time. I think that was the right call, but I think after what happened the last inning, that was, I thought Monty was maybe a little bit closer than the Gadsden player was, but, well. 5-3 on the play. That runner advances to second. And Addie Chamberlain, who has doubled, singled, and walked, scored all 3 times she's been up. Comes to play with a runner on second and 2 down. And that was down in 1-0. Lady Tigers staring in front of a scoreless bottom of the 4th. Chamberlain will watch that one miss up 2-0. Curious to see if Addie reaches. Do they intentionally walk Chloe again? Intentionally walked twice in this game. They did let her swing in the first inning. She lined out the center. 2-0. So watch that in. 2-1. I was going to say Addie tends not to swing unless she's already seen a strike come across, but she singled on the very pitch she saw in the 3rd inning. 2-1. Looked like she was going to try to put down a bunt, but misses high. 3-1. Runner on second and 2 down. We're in the bottom of the 4th inning. Alamogordo 11, Gadsden 5. That's low. Chamberlain will draw the walk. And here to see if they want to load the bases for Alexis here. Yep, potentially walk here again. I mean, it's one of those that, you understand, but hey, let's see if Alexis can make it happen. She's singled. She's got RBIs in all three of her at-bats. She's singled twice. She's walked and picked up an RBI. Watches the first pitch miss low. And so 1-0 to Rodriguez. I've seen more intentional walks in this game than I feel like I've seen in the game in a long time. On both sides. Alano's also thrown one out there, too. That's there for a strike. Pickoff throw to first by Sanchez will be a little bit late. 1-1 to Rodriguez. Bases loaded in 2 outs. And this one is on the ground to short. Toss on to first is not in time. Woo! Alexis beats that out on an infield single. Well, I got to say on that one, I thought she was out. So, I don't know what to say, man. It's one of those that I would be frustrated if I was Gadsden, but there was I thought Amani was safe early in the inning. I thought the Gadsden player was out in the last inning, so maybe I just don't know what I'm seeing up here. Base is loaded here for Alyssa Batista in the dirt and outside, 1-0. So Lady Tigers do get a run in the inning. Looked like they were maybe not going to. And still a chance to work themselves up to a 10-run lead with a couple of base hits here. They've been chasing some pitches, though. Alexis, same as Amani earlier in the inning, kind of went golfing to try and get that last pitch. And credit to Alexis, she really showed off her speed to beat that out. It's 2-0. And watches that one miss up, 3-0. Lady Tigers up by 7 and trying to add on to it here in the bottom of the 4th inning. That's low and away, and that is a walk. And on 4 pitches, Batista picks up an RBI. Chamberlain will score. Bernard over to third. Rodriguez up to second. And Davi Gonzalez, who has singled all 3 times she's come up. He's got 3 RBIs. Courtesy runner comes in for Batista as Colorado will come in again and see if Davi can give the Lady Tigers those 2 runs they need to try and finish things off in the top half of the 5th. Watch the first pitch miss very high. Lunar really wasn't off the bag, but the catcher Lucero made the throw over to third. 1-0. Davi watches that in there for a strike. Count evens up at 1-1. RBI walk for Batista. RBI infield single for Rodriguez. The 1-1. Well outside and high. 2-1. Here comes the pitch. And she fights this one off foul. Go off the top of the Alamogordo dugout. 2-2. Bases loaded with 2 outs. And a 2-2 count for Gonzalez. Gadsden pitcher Heredia into her motion. Here's the pitch. Outside, 3-2. So another full count. Well, I shouldn't say another. It is the first full count of the inning. And this is hit high in the air, right field. It is gone. Grand slam. Davi Gonzalez deep into the desert nights. And Alamogordo goes in front now 17-5. And she will be mobbed by her teammates at home plate. And she absolutely crushed on that one and clears the bases. That's nothing. It's the second grand slam I've seen here this year, and haven't seen that many over the years, but this team has managed to hit them in big spots. And this is a game the Lady Tigers, I feel like, are in control, but now they get a chance to close things out in the top half and also have a little bit of breathing room as well. And are we going to see a new pitcher? It looks like we are going to see a new pitcher. So I believe it is number 15 for Gadsden. That is Abigail Rodriguez, the shortstop. And I think we're going to see some other defensive changes as well. So we'll go ahead and take a break. 17-5, Lady Tigers in front on the Richardson Motor scoreboard. You're listening to Lady Tiger Fast Pitch on Alamo Sports and Talk.
Spring into a home equity loan with OFCU, offering a reduced home equity rate for your spring fixes. Now through the end of May, get a fixed rate of 5.99% APR for first lien position and 6.99% APR for second lien position. Unlock the equity in your home and save. Apply online today. OteroFCU.org. Other restrictions to apply. All in subject credit approval. Rates are based on credit worthiness. Federally insured by NCUA. Equal housing lender.
Your success is our success. We belong to you.
Ryan Richardson Motor Company wishes the Tigers an amazing winning season. May your efforts match your dreams. Buy, sell, or trade late model cars, trucks, and SUVs. Financing available. Stop by for a test drive and score an amazing deal with Ryan Richardson Motor Company. 318 South White Sands Boulevard or online at ryanrichardson.company. That's ryanrichardson.company.
Hi, this is Deborah Romero, President and CEO of First National Bank. We take great pride in our Tiger student athletes. We wish them all the best and cheer them on as they compete this season. We recognize these outstanding athletes for their commitment on the track, court, and field. Their dedication is inspiring, and we celebrate their hard work and sportsmanship. Join us in supporting our Tigers. First National Bank has been your hometown community bank since 1956, proudly cheering on the Alamogordo Tigers every step of the way. Go Tigers!
Member FDIC.
Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019. Infield single for Maddie Ruiz, deep in the hole over to short. And she used her speed. And so the Lady Tigers have batted around now here in the fourth inning. Up 17-5. Abigail Rodriguez pitching now, as that pitch misses high to Ice Ortiz. Third at bat for Ice. She's lined out to right and popped out to right. And a ground ball base hit. That's into the outfield. And so first and second here for the Lady Tigers. And Andrea Sanchez will come to the plate. She picked up a single earlier in this inning. She's also walked, scored 2 runs in this game. And the senior has a chance maybe to grab an RBI here on senior night. And she'll send one over to first, but it is secured by the first baseman, Alcantara, and the inning is over. So Lady Tigers just need 3 outs and not let Gadsden score 3 runs, and we're done in the top of the 5th inning. We'll see if they can do it. Ice Ortiz will come back out and pitch, I'm sure, for the top half of the 5th. You're listening to Lady Tiger Fast Pitch on Alamo Sports and Talk.
The Winner's Circle has been outfitting champions for over 50 years in Otero County. Established in 1970 by our Gigi and Big John.
Let's show our school spirit. Whether you're a Tiger, Wildcat, Bear, or Chief, we can make t-shirts, sweatshirts, polos, and hats. And we do custom embroidery too. The Winner's Circle does it all. Custom orders available for businesses, squadrons, and organizations like hats, polos, name tags, also trophies and awards.
Winner's Circle, 1201 10th Street. Go Tiger! See you at the game!
Join the fantastic team at Ochoa Stucco. Full-time positions, on-the-job training, and competitive pay. Start a career in construction. Message Ochoa Stucco on Facebook or call 575-442-6745 to schedule an interview.
Join Stand Up to Cancer and Jazz Pharmaceuticals to raise awareness of small cell lung cancer and accelerate the pace of research. Ask your healthcare provider about screening options that might be right for you or a loved one. Visit standuptocancer.org/lung to learn more.
Spring into a home equity loan with OFCU, offering a reduced home equity rate for your spring fixes. Now through the end of May, get a fixed rate of 5.99% APR for first lien position and 6.99% APR for second lien position. Unlock the equity in your home and save. Apply online today. OteroFCU.org. Other restrictions to apply. All in subject credit approval. Rates are based on credit worthiness. Federally insured by NCUA. Equal housing lender.
Our success is our success. We belong to you.
Sports and Talk 1230 1019. 0-2 the count here as the Lady Tigers try to finish things up in the top of the fifth. Alamogordo baseball with a doubleheader sweep tonight as well against Gadsden. High in the air to right field. Should be able to get there. Yes, she does. Alexis Rodriguez makes the play on the flyout from Connie Jean Heredia. And there's your first outs. 8-1 and 6-2 the finals for the Tigers tonight. So they're going to finish up their season at 11-15 and 4-11 in district play. And brackets come out on Sunday. Seems likely the boys will make it, but we'll see how things break down and maybe they got a shot at it. And so a pinch hitter here for Gadsden. And it's in there for a strike. It's number 1. Analia Reza. What is likely Gadsden's last game of the season. Giving her a chance to hit here. And she's going to hit a ground ball foul up the third base line. And it's 0-2. We'll also check in on some of the scores for the other district teams, but swing and a miss. Strikeout for Ortiz. And that is strikeout number 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm sorry, 6. 2 down, and Brianna Flores will come to the plate with 2 down, and the Lady Tigers and out away from grabbing the victory. And this is a line. And this one's over as Amani Kosum able to grab it. And we're done. Lady Tigers 17-5 get the win in 5 innings. And so handshakes, and the Lady Tigers do all they can to try to work their way up to that 4th seed. Have to wait and see what happens between Oregon and Mayfield. We will wrap it up next here from Grady Field's Lady Tiger Fast Pitch Complex. They win both games 16-0, 17-5 over the Gadsden Lady Panthers. And we will get you full stats and everything right after they come to the Otero Federal Credit Union postgame show.
Ryan Richardson Motor Company wishes the Tigers an amazing winning season. May your efforts match your dreams. Buy, sell, or trade late model cars, trucks, and SUVs. Financing available. Stop by for a test drive and score an amazing deal with Ryan Richardson Motor Company. 318 South White Sands Boulevard or online at ryanrichardson.company. That's ryanrichardson.company.
Is your out-of-town bank really giving you the best mortgage deal? This is Emily from First National Bank. Not all mortgage loans are the same. Choosing the right one could mean big savings for you. Personalized service from our team of experts will help you find the best options available. Don't let loyalty cost you more than it should. Find the right mortgage solution that works for you. Talk to our mortgage experts today and learn how much you can save.
Putting you first is in our name. First National Bank.
Member FDIC, equal housing lender, all on subject to credit approval.
The Winter Circle has been outfitting champions for over 50 years in Otero County. Established in 1970 by our Gigi and Big John.
Let's show our school spirit. Whether you're a Tiger, Wildcat, Bear, or Chief, we can make t-shirts, sweatshirts, polos, and hats. And we do custom embroidery too. The Winter Circle does it all. Custom orders available for businesses, squadrons, and organizations like hats, polos, name tags, also trophies and awards.
Winter Circle, 1201 10th Street. Go Tiger! See you at the game!
Transform your home with Ochoa Stucco. Whether it's a fresh look or a durable finish, their expert team delivers quality and style. Say goodbye to bland exteriors and hello to stunning curb appeal. Ochoa Stucco, always a flawless finish. 442-6745.
If only life had a remote control, you could pause or rewind. Well, life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. Take the 1-minute risk test today at doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its Prediabetes Awareness Partners.
Spring into a home equity loan with OFCU, offering a reduced home equity rate for your spring fixes. Now through the end of May, get a fixed rate of 5.99% APR for first lien position and 6.99% APR for second lien position. Unlock the equity in your home and save. Apply online today. OteroFCU.org. Other restrictions to apply. All in subject credit approval. Rates are based on credit worthiness. Federally insured by NCUA. Equal housing lender.
Our success is our success. We belong to you.
Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230-1019. Lady Tigers win both games, the doubleheader. First one by final score of 16-0. Second game, 17-5. Alexis Rodriguez pitched the first inning, gave up 3 runs, got a strikeout, 5 total hits in that inning. Ice Ortiz would pitch the next 4 innings. She gave up 4 hits and 2 runs in those 4 innings of work. Hitting for the Lady Tigers, Monty Kosum 2 for 4 with 2 triples and 2 runs scored. Addie Chamberlain was 2 for 2, 2 walks, a single, a double, 4 runs scored, and an RBI. Chloe Lennar, she lined out in the first. She was intentionally walked the next 3 times, including with the bases loaded. So she did have an RBI. Alexis Rodriguez went 3 for 3, 3 singles, 4 RBIs, one of them on a walk, and 3 runs scored. Alyssa Bautista, she went 1 for 2, 2 walks, 3 RBIs, a single, and a run scored. Davi Gonzalez, she goes 4 for 4 with 7 RBIs, including a grand slam. The other 3 hits were singles. Maddie Ruiz goes 3 for 3 with a run scored, 3 singles. Iceland Ortiz was 1 for 3 with a single. And Andrea Sanchez was 1 for 2 with a walk and a single and 2 runs scored. So I don't have any files for you guys. Mayfield, Oregon Mountain. You'll have to tune into the roundup tomorrow at 2 o'clock. We'll know what the playoff situation looks like, or you can check Max Preps. But again, if Mayfield beats Oregon Mountain in their second game, they will likely be the 4 seed because they will finish a full game ahead of the Lady Tigers in district. If Oregon Mountain can win that second game, Alamo and Mayfield will be tied, and then Alamo owns the tiebreaker. But regardless, the fact that they're tied should put Alamo in front of them. Would be my guess. So we'll see. Like I said, my bracketology skills are awful, terrible, horrendous, and I try to have that information for you guys as best I can, but sometimes how it goes. Hey, big win for Tularosa tonight as well, 10-3 as they defeat Cobre. And we'll see if they can pick up the district championship. All they need is 1 game on the road against Cobre, so super important for them to get that win and only need 1 out in Bayard coming up on Saturday. So big congrats to Tularosa tonight, as they are one win away from getting the district championship. That'll help them out a ton. That might give them a chance to get to a top 4 seed. There's certainly an opportunity at it. All right, this has been the Otero Federal Credit Union postgame show. Your other finals tonight, of course, here, 17-5, 16-0 in the 2 games. Alamogordo baseball winner tonight, 8-1 and 6-2. And Tularosa softball winner tonight, 10-3. So we'll have a lot more for you tomorrow. And tune in at 2 o'clock on the roundup here on Alamo Sports and Talk. We're going to send you back to ESPN Radio. Have a wonderful night. Thanks to all of our sponsors, Otero Federal Credit Union, Richardson Motors, the Winter Circle, Ochoa Stucco, and First National Bank. We appreciate them so much for helping us bring you Tiger sports all season long. This is the final regular season game, but certainly with the Lady Tiger fast pitch team headed to the postseason, we'll have some more coverage for you guys coming up next week for sure. And we'll see about the week after that. Obviously, depends on how the Lady Tigers do in that first game. So, all right, that will do it for our broadcast. That's called the seniors this year. Alexis Rodriguez and Sanchez. And we'll throw in, of course, Alexis Rodriguez, Andres Sanchez, Maddie Ruiz. Gosh, I'm trying to do it off the top of my head.
No roadblocks are scheduled today on Highway 70, 54 South, or 380. For the latest roadblock information, call 575-678-1178. Tonight's forecast, mostly clear skies, and Alamogordo expect a low of 52, Cloudcroft a low of 34. Tomorrow, sunny skies, becoming partly cloudy with a 30% chance of showers. Alamogordo tomorrow, high of 80, low of 49. For Cloudcroft tomorrow, high of 58, and an overnight low of